welcome to episode 7 of my weekly mashup. Just got back from the CrossFit Games, which was an incredible experience and an amazing venue, and I'm gearing up to get ready to head to Vegas this week. Super pumped about everything right now, and just remember, you guys are awesome. Thanks for listening. In this first video, I talk about how you should react and respond to stress when the situation is beyond your control. Wanted to talk a little bit about reacting and responding to stress and stressful situations that people either get mad about or they figure out a way out of. And for example, right now my flight's been delayed 3 times. It went from about 5 o'clock up until now. I think we're going to leave about 6:30 East Coast time, which puts me home probably past midnight. And a lot of people in this situation want to get angry and upset and frustrated and mad at the employees and a lot of that. But in my situation, all I'm going to do is sit down and I'm going to get a bunch of work done that I couldn't get done otherwise. Alternatively, I could take a nap, but I have too much to do to take a nap. But when you get in these situations where you have a lot of problems, or when something doesn't go right, or when you're in a situation to where whatever's happening is beyond your control, what you need to really do is take a step back, analyze the situation, analyze what you can do and why you should be mad or what you could do alternatively. And then from that, you can create a different scenario for yourself. You can sit down and do extra work. You can take a nap. You can go have a bite to eat. What you really need to do is understand that there's a tactical plan of action you can make to make this a better experience for you. And this is in your business and something goes wrong and it's beyond your control. Now you need to take a step back and say, okay, what went wrong? Why did it go wrong? And how can we make it more efficient or fix it for next time? If it's in your personal life, it's why should it be such a big problem or why should you get so angry when something goes wrong? Your anger is not going to fix the problem. Your anger is going to create a worse problem because you're going to get frustrated, you're going to get more stressed out, and you're going to have more problems. So when things don't go your way and things don't go right, don't get angry about it. Don't get mad at the employees. Don't get frustrated. Just take a step back, look at the whole picture, and say, all right, this is beyond my control. What am I going to do to fix it now? What am I going to do to make it better next time? Thanks for watching. This video is all about Chan's logic law number 7, and that says you have to leverage your strengths. Number 7, leverage your strengths. This is a big one for me. When you look at Steph and I'm more visionary oriented. I know what I want to happen. I know how I want it to happen, but I'm not necessarily systems oriented. So Steph, I'll say, hey, this is what I want to happen. Check out this horrifying thing I wrote on the whiteboard. This is how I want it to work, and this is the structure it should look like. Okay, can you build stuff for me?
Yep.
And then Steph will go in the background and build the systems and build the ideas and build the technical stuff that we need to make it work optimally. And this is a perfect example of law number 7, leverage your strengths. And what this is we often hear, focus on your weaknesses, build your weaknesses, and you'll become one with the sailor Padawan. That didn't make any sense.
That made no sense.
So, but what I think
That's not a
is,
strength of yours.
when I look at that, it's not, if I focus on my weaknesses, it's going to take me 7 hours to figure something out, versus if I focus wholly on my strengths, it's going to take me minutes to get things throughout the day. I'm going to be a lot more productive. I'm going to get a lot more done. And I'm going to be a lot more better at what I do. A lot more better. A lot better. We'll focus on proper grammar during this.
Anyways.
And so if we focus on our strengths, we're a lot more productive. We are better.
Good job.
And we're capable of getting a lot more done in a shorter period of time. Whereas if you try to do everything, you're going to get bogged down, you're going to get frustrated, and you're not going to want to be consistent. You're going to want to quit what you're doing. So what you do is, you know what you're good at. If you don't know anybody who does what you're not good at, find someone, pick them up, make them your best friend.
Aw, we're best friends?
No.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. She's okay. I touched her.
Cute.
Gross. Okay, so that's leveraging your strengths. We know what we're good at. I'll be the first person to tell you what I'm not good at. Steph will be the first person to tell you she doesn't like to be on camera, but I'm forcing her to right now.
Yes.
But we play off each other really well because we know what we're good at. We know what we're not good at. We don't even talk about what we're not good at to each other. We just know the other person's going to do it.
Yep.
Like when the first couple of times I was putting the podcast up, I broke it every single time, and Steph would have to go fix it.
I taught him real quick.
Yeah, now I'm good at it.
So that I didn't have to fix it every time.
This next video is all about the fact that you have to try once, twice, or even 3 times to figure things out sometimes. But the biggest thing you have to pay attention to is you can't give up when you miss once. You can't give up when you miss twice. You can't even give up when you miss 3 times. you haven't earned it yet. And you have to earn it through failure to see the ultimate success. As a leader, you're going to lead your team, you're going to fail at certain points. It's your responsibility to establish a plan of action and try to understand and work through the problems that happened, and then turn it around and have a new plan for everyone to follow. And as a strong enough leader, you're going to be able to explain to your team, this is where we messed up, this is what we can do better, this is what everyone did really well. It's usually no individual's fault. It's the collective aspect of the team that wasn't working together to put something together that didn't work out. And if the team's only strong as their weakest link. So if you have someone who's not necessarily doing that well, it's your responsibility as a leader to actually go through, pick that person up, and understand what's wrong with them and why they're failing. Because that failure is ultimately going to be the failure of the entire team.
Yeah.
This next video is all about Instagram and how you can use it to market your local business. Hey guys, this is Chandler. Today I wanted to talk about Instagram. So Instagram is an incredibly useful tool that we can use to really market our business out. Right now it doesn't cost a lot of money. Facebook's at a point where you really have to pay to play to get involved with it, but Instagram right now is still pretty organic. So a couple things you can do to get yourself working on Instagram is obviously post pictures. So we need to post stuff that's relevant to the market that you're trying to get into, things that people want to see, things that are entertaining to them, and things that are educational and motivational to them. So follow my pillars of great content, motivate them, educate them, and make them laugh. And then when we look at posting on Instagram itself, what we really want to focus on is about once every 3 hours we can make a post. If you do it more often than that, you risk getting people annoyed or irritated, so you probably want to avoid posting any more than once every 3 hours. 2 to 3 times a day is probably ideal for Instagram. It gets you in front of people, but you don't clutter their feed, so they're not going to unfollow you that way. When we look at hashtags, you want to pick about anywhere from 5 to 15 hashtags that are relevant for your local market or your global market. Whatever your market is, we really need to understand what they are, and we need to go and look at hashtags. So you can search hashtags on Instagram. So for example, if you use fitness, you can use the hashtag fitness, look at that in the hashtag search on Instagram, and then look at related hashtags and add those to your queue. And then have like a list of 3 sets that you alternate between. So that way you're getting in front of different subsets of the crowds that you want to be involved with. So now when we look at Instagram marketing and the way we want to build our following up is, number 1 is posting. Number 2, though, we need to use hashtags. And then number 3, we need to use the search function. So you search for either the specific hashtag you want to market to, or you need to go in there, if you're a local business, you can search for local businesses to go in and follow and like all the posts about them. So if you go to the hashtag, you find one that you like, now you go in there and you like everybody's posts, you maybe comment on them if it's interesting or if you have something to say. Same thing if you're a local business, you search for like if there's a 24-hour fitness or something and you're a small micro gym. You search for 24-hour fitness, you like everybody's posts who checks in and posts stuff there, and now you've exposed yourself to additional markets outside of what your little market is. These are really good strategies. I don't recommend using bots for this kind of stuff. It's extremely insincere, and people are going to notice it right away, especially when you make a comment that doesn't make any sense on someone's Instagram. So go in there and do it yourself. Spend 1 or 2 hours a day doing this, and you'll see a big return. People tend to follow you when you show them that you care and when you showcase a lot of value. Just remember, it's going to take some time to build up your following. It might be 1 or 2 years before you have a big, strong, solid following. The last thing you can do on Instagram is utilize micro-influencers or influencers who are using the kind of stuff that you want or who are able to showcase your product to their market. So if you have anyone with 10,000 followers or less who you can give your products to, and then they're willing to say thank you and shout you out and show what you're doing, that's a great way to get them to showcase to their network what you're doing and then pull their network into you, which is a good way to build your brand and a good way to build your business in the long-term strategy, because you're essentially siphoning another market into your market by utilizing people who have already built trust with the outside market. So that pretty much covers Instagram. When we look at Instagram stories, I would recommend you post 5 to 7 stories a day. Stories need to showcase a behind-the-scenes look at what's going on. They need to be funny, and they should be extremely real. So your stories are going to be pretty similar to Snapchat in the way they operate. Make sure that they are a lot different than what's on your actual Instagram. It really needs to be behind-the-scenes look or a funny look or something like that. Something that's different. Be unique in your stories. The other things you can do in your stories is you want to location target your information or use the hashtags on the stories, because that's going to expose it to the overall story of that specific location or hashtag that you used, which is going to increase your views by a lot. So you're going to be exposed to a bigger network by doing that. That's huge. The other thing is if you have the capabilities, not everybody does, but you can put links in your stories and then tell people to swipe up to actually consume your link. If you don't have that capability, just put up what you want them to click on and then say, click the link in bio to see more, and they can go out of the story and click the link in your bio. Same thing on regular Instagram. If you want them to click out of Instagram, put that link in your bio. So put the picture, put some words on the picture that say like link in bio for full video or link in bio for full story. Then they know to go from that picture to your bio to click out, to read your blog, to buy your stuff, or to watch your video. Hopefully this was helpful. If you guys have any questions about Instagram, just post them in the comments and I'll take care of you and we'll figure it out. Good luck. Go out there and do something and let me know how it goes. Thank you guys so much for watching or listening to volume 7 of my weekly mashup. I'm going to be in Vegas this week. If you're in the area, hit me up. I'd love to meet up with you and hang out. Couple things I need from you guys. Number 1, go ahead and leave me a review. I would absolutely love it if you did that. And number 2, I need your questions and ideas on content I can produce. I want to make sure I'm producing everything that you need. So if you have something you want me to make, hit me up on Facebook Messenger, shoot me the DM on Instagram, or Chandler@stoneagefuel.com.